Summary of Canto 1, Chapter 4. Appearance of Sri Narada. Upon hearing Suta Goswami, Shaunaka Rishi, who was actually the most elderly and learned in the assembly, who was the leader of the assembly of the sages, congratulated Suta Goswami, and he began enquiring from Suta Goswami. He glorified Suta Goswami, and then he had some questions. First of all, he had questions about the history of the Srimad Bhagavatam. He asked Suta Goswami in which yuga and at which place and for what reason and by whose inspiration did Vyasadeva compile the Srimad Bhagavatam. Then he had questions about Shukadeva Goswami. Vyasadeva's son Shukadeva Goswami was a great devotee. He was equibalanced. His mind was always concentrated in monism. He was transcendental to all mundane activities, and he even appeared ignorant. Then how did the citizens of Hastinapur recognize Shukadeva Goswami, who appeared like a madman? How did the meeting and conversation of Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadeva Goswami take place? Shukadeva Goswami would stay at the door of a householder long enough only for a cow to be milked. Then, how did he give his association to Parikshit Maharaj? Then he had questions about Parikshit Maharaj. He wanted to know about the wonderful birth and activities of Parikshit Maharaj, who was a first-class devotee. Parikshit Maharaj was a great emperor. Then, why did he give up everything and sit on the bank of the river Ganges and fast unto death? So, answers to the above three questions actually constitute the rest of the first canto. Suta Goswami now answers question 1 about the history of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, he begins to speak about Srila Vyasadeva in verses 14 through 25. He says, Vyasadeva was born of Parashara Rishi and Satyavati in the third part of the Dwapara Yuga. It means that he was born in the 28th Yuga cycle of the Vaivasvata Manvantara. So, this Vyasadeva, who could see present, past and future, by his transcendental vision, he could understand the degraded qualities of Kali Yuga. So, he knew that in Kali Yuga, people had less bodily strength, they were faithless, impatient, dull-witted, reduced in duration of life and very, very unlucky. So, for the welfare of all the people of all varnas and ashramas, Vyasadeva, he divided this one Veda into 4. The histories and other authentic stories in the Puranas are together called as the 5th Veda. Now, the Rig Veda, he made Paila Rishi in charge, Samaveda, Jaimini, Yajurveda he gave to Vaishampayana, Atharva Veda to Sumantu Muni Angira, and Puranas to Romaharshana. These rishis, they entrusted the Vedas further to their disciples, grand disciples, and so many branches came into existence. And out of compassion, Vyasadeva also gave the Vyasadeva gave the Mahabharata for those who were not qualified to hear the Vedas directly. However, in spite of compiling the Vedas and giving the Puranas and the Mahabharata, Vyasadeva's mind was very dissatisfied. He felt very unhappy. He thought, though I am fully equipped with everything required and I have given the Vedas, still I am feeling very incomplete. The possible reason for my dissatisfaction could be because I have not pointed out devotional service, which is so dear to the perfected beings and to the Supreme Lord. And while he was thinking like this, while he was regretting for his defects, Narada Muni came to his cottage. Vyasadeva got up very respectfully. He worshipped Narada Muni and he asked him to take a seat. So with this, the summary for the 4th chapter of the first canto ends. Hare Krishna.